Hi, my name is Diana Nelson. I'm so excited to join you today. Thank you for being here, and a really big thank you to Dr. Mahida and the Cyntax Health Projects, her organization, for allowing us to share about the period positive workplace. One of the things we're so excited about is to introduce you to this. And let me first tell you, my name is Diana Nelson. As I said, I'm the Global Advocacy Director for Days for Girls International. We are a nonprofit organization who's working to remove the stigma and shame associated with menstrual health through education, access to reusable products, and then through advocacy work. And, in my last 7 years in my advocacy work, I have seen a need to help the private sector really get behind menstrual health and their employees. And so I'm so excited today to share with you the inception of the period positive workplace, the impact it's having, the importance it is, and how excited we are to have Dr. Mahida's organization with us and what that means, and then how you can get involved. So I'm going to talk very quickly, but I've long thought, as we've worked in the menstrual health field, I've thought we focus a lot on girls at school, which is so good, but I've wondered, what about women at work? We know 50% of the workforce is female. And so we have some studies that show there's a cost if we ignore menstrual health in the workplace. We know if there's not adequate support at work, then there's wage loss, there's limited mobility, there's absenteeism. One study showed in the United States that when someone has an unexpected period come, 96% of these women leave to have to go address it. It's just like a bloody nose. We'd all immediately stop what we're doing, right, to take care of it. But sometimes our work doesn't allow that. Sometimes you might have a meeting you have to go to. And so surprisingly, one study in the UK showed that 31% of women there who'd been at work and had a surprise visit from their period and didn't have products, they would use toilet paper. And that you could see the stress that would cause at work. So I've long thought in my advocacy work, how do we get private sector involved? We know there's statistics to show the cost of ignoring it, but are there costs of actually employers who can address it and it can help them? Well, guess what? I'm so excited to share. A couple of years ago, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, they looked at this question. If employers create supportive environment at work for people who are having their periods, does this create a positive environment? And guess what? Not only a positive environment, does it have a return on investment for the employers? Guess what they found? It had a 2-to-1 return on investment for that employer. Once we knew that, I said, okay, we have got to talk to private sector, because one, we want to support businesses to be productive and to be economically growing, because that helps your communities, it helps women at work, but also when private sector will pay attention to things, governments will listen. And if private sector will show interest, government will show interest, which means that could be programming and policies to help benefit all women and girls and people who menstruate. So once we had that data, we said, okay, let's start the period positive workplace. We've piloted it out, and we wanted to make it really accessible and easy for employers and employees. So all we have is a 3 ask: provide period products at your work, whether that's in the restroom or near the restroom, but provide access to product. Then ensure that your wash facilities meet the WHO standards, so that there's running water, there's privacy, there's a waste bin, so that people who are on their periods can manage it in dignity. And then notify your employees, let them know, hey, we are a 21st century bathroom. We recognize that half of our employees have needs. We provide toilet paper, so we are providing access to products for those who will have a surprise visitor one day at work. In order to help this grow as a global movement, we built a steering committee. And this steering committee is comprised of a lot of international organizations, but mainly those that are focused in India, in Europe, in Australia, in the United States. And so we really felt it was important that we really galvanize our network so that we can push this out. And that's where Dr. Mahida's organization comes in. We're so excited that Cyntax Health Projects has joined, because what we've seen is we cannot move this work forward country by country. And so having Dr. Mahida's group be a part of this is so significant, because as you know, she's recognized in your country for her stellar work. You know that she would not be a part of something if she'd not done her homework and researched it. And you know she would also has the best interests of the country in mind. And that's why we're so excited to have her and our other coalition partners and allies a part of this, because they drive it within their countries. So what does this look like since we've launched? We've had over 142 applications received, with almost 130 businesses certified. Our most notable one would be Morgan Stanley. They learned about this and said, why would we not do this? So they did it in every one of their global offices. We have certified businesses and organizations on every continent except the Antarctica. And our most recent country was Hong Kong. We've translated the materials that we provide into Spanish, Finnish, French, into your language, Urdu, and then also we've received a lot of media attention on this. And why this is exciting is private sector is finding this is a way we can get involved. And I think the theme of the conference and of International Women's Day could not go any better with the period positive workplace, because the theme is we want to invest in women. We want to accelerate progress. And by you learning about the period positive workplace, by Cyntax Health Projects becoming a part of this and driving it, we can build more inclusive and gender equitable workplaces at work. We can accelerate the progress of women so they don't need to leave work to go get a menstrual product. We can make it a more supportive environment for them so they can accelerate their careers. They can accelerate progress for the employer. So we are just so excited and grateful to have Cyntax Health Projects aboard. We know that Dr. Mahida does amazing work, and I would not be surprised if in the next year we see that Pakistan has the most certified period positive workplaces of any other country in the world. But thank you so much for your time. We hope that you see the benefit of making your workplace a place where everyone feels their needs are met. Thank you so much for your time.